With reports of mass shootings becoming more frequent, you may think about what you do in that situation. Well, a program called Stop the Bleed trains the public to provide first aid for severe bleeding.
Some parents want to see it in their children's schools. CBS 17's Maggie Newland is digging deeper into just how it works. Maggie.
Russ and Liz, a local trauma nurse, tells me that severe bleeding is one of the main causes of death after a traumatic injury. Someone can bleed to death in a matter of minutes, and people can die waiting for help.
With this kit, I could save somebody's life. I might even be able to save two people's lives.
Johnny Scarborough keeps this kit in his car in case of an emergency.
It contains everything needed to address an immediate injury that could involve arterial bleeding. Rolled gauze, pressure dressing, tourniquet.
He'd like to see something similar in his child's school.
I would like to see and know that at least a certain percentage of the staff had training to respond to a serious accident or a traumatic injury like a school shooting.
Continue to pack it until it's full.
Stop the Bleed classes provide that type of training. Christy Blankenship, the trauma nurse coordinator at Wake Med Cary, is an instructor.
We plan for the worst case scenario. So worst case scenario is an active shooter situation.
Stop the Bleed is a national initiative to teach anyone who wants to learn how to stop serious bleeding, buying precious time until emergency crews arrive.
A lot of this came out of mass casualty events, and so events like Sandy Hook. It takes a little bit for first responders to get into places like that. So the more people that we teach how to just hold pressure or just do simple techniques to stop the bleeding, then the better off we are.
That's why she's trying to bring Stop the Bleed training to local schools.
So I have worked with a couple of charter schools and am continuing to reach out. I haven't had a ton of success getting into public schools for various reasons.
Several public school districts in North Carolina do have Stop the Bleed or similar trauma kits and train employees in Stop the Bleed techniques. Orange County schools have kits in every classroom. Wake County Public Schools do not have bleeding control kits in schools, but Franklin Academy, a charter school in Wake Forest, recently provided Stop the Bleed training for teachers as well as some 8th grade students who took the course with permission from their parents.
Earth metals.
Darlene Perry, a science teacher at Franklin Academy, says teachers were a little nervous at first, but the training made her feel empowered to act in an emergency.
I think it's better to know than not know. I think for me, if I have a student who's bleeding and, I don't know, God forbid, some mass catastrophe, and I don't know what to do, I think I'm going to feel worse about that down the road.
Obviously, nobody wants to think about the unthinkable that could potentially happen, but do you feel like you are more prepared?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's like you feel more prepared when you do the drills. Nobody likes them. It scares you. But I think you would do better if the dreaded ever did unfortunately happen. You would know what to do.
I know it is a scary topic, but the other part of Stop the Bleed is that even though it really was derived from a mass incident, a big scary incident, the people that are using it in real life.
Including one of Perry's students who shortly after the training helped a friend hurt in an accident.
I hope that no one I ever teach has to use it in a shooting at a big amphitheater. However, if you are at home and your wife or husband falls and cuts himself on a piece of glass, you may be able to put a tourniquet on to help until EMS gets there.
Johnny Scarborough says he taught his 2nd grader how to apply pressure if someone's bleeding, but he'd feel better if adults had training and bleeding control kits. While he knows they won't make schools safe by themselves, he believes they could play a role in saving a life.
We want to keep kids alive. We can't stop school shooters. We can make it harder, but what we need to do is have a triangle of safety where we have security, screening, and then response to the unthinkable.
Controlling bleeding won't save every shooting or accident victim, and it's important to make sure that you're safe before trying to help someone who's hurt. While there is a cost for the bleeding control kits, Stop the Bleed training classes are available at various locations in the Triangle, and most are free. Maggie Newland, CBS 17 News.